Hello and welcome to my first level Blockout, which is based in the extraterrestrial facility that the player basically comes across. And so this is the area where the player will have to make it to the end to this portal. And the main mechanic of the level is this gravity gun, which you collect in that room in a second. But the gravity gun will basically be able to make platforms that are basically you'll be able to move anything with physics. So the boxes and these swinging platforms around the level, which are kind of, because it's a worn down environment, it's been abandoned like a long time ago, and the players just got here after a while. They'll be able to, things that are falling apart are clearly easily movable, and you'll be able to move them in your path to create pathways, as I'll show you in a second. But this is like the first room, introductory, basically just where the player is spawned. But there's a window here, kind of gives you an eye of what's to come. There's a building there. These two buildings will have puzzles in them, and then outside there'll be a few puzzles as well. It all leads to that central area though. That's like the main area the player will keep coming back to. But yeah, you can see a control panel there, which we'll show in a second. So let's just go and grab the mechanic of the game in this room, so you can see. These boxes are blocking this door. Okay, I can't move them. How do I move them? Okay, looks like that's a board of lights basically telling me, okay, that is what I've got to grab. This damages the player. Yeah, just block out the player. Grab up our gravity gun. So the gravity gun, inspired by Half-Life, gravity gun, kind of pick things up, physics, move them around, platforms as well in the level, to give the player like pathways, open up pathways, and so on. So to show like an example of how it would work if I were to make it into a final design. You just push things up. You can push things up their way. You can pick them up and move them, things like that. So we come down here. This platform basically shows what's to come. Oh, there's a pathway there. Door there, two pathways here that I can choose which direction to go, kind of like a false choice. But that down there is the portal. That's where I want to get to. That is the standout thing on the area that the player will see and be like, okay, that's got to be my objective. Big, basically lights in the level. So if I come this way, we see, oh, this door's locked. Okay, I can't go that way. But there's a control panel here that's basically busted because the place has been abandoned, like I said. So, okay, there's one over this way, but it's not busted, I saw. Okay, the player can interact with these, opens up the door, and, well, yeah, that's one of the puzzle mechanics in the level, should I say. Can't go this way, this day it's blocked off. Okay, I have to drop down here, surely. This looks like it leads down here. Drop down. Drop down again, can't go these two ways, they're being blocked off. Okay, well, I want to go this way anyway. So here we use what the players learned. Okay, control panel, can move objects. I want to go this way. Control panel has a wire coming out of it, connects to here. This door would be blocked, closed, but obviously just for example, I needed to have it open. But the player would need to open this doorway. Okay, so how do I do that? So I can see there's a control panel up there. How do I get up there? Okay, the boxes I saw earlier are up here, and I can pick them up and move them. And here I've put them down already, but you can basically pick them up, move them into like a staircase to give the player. Well, they can put it up how they want really, but just to make sure it is in an order where they can basically climb up and get up there to reach the control panel. So if I do that, climb up here. Okay, I've reached the control panel. Activate the control panel. Opens the door. I can get down. And in here, we come to these swinging platforms that will be swinging using the player's physics. It will make them swing. So you want to quickly make sure it's static. It's going to be swinging like all over the place because these are like hanging off basically. And you want to basically make sure they're static so the player can jump on them. Make sure this one's in the correct place. Jump. Just made that. Swinging your jump. And then you're back over it on the other side of these boxes. So basically, these have physics to them, and you basically just got to use these poles and make sure they have physics. So when the player stands on them, they'll basically come out of balance, and you want to just make sure you're on the platform safely using the gravity gun. And we come this way, and then we've got a big box here that can be used with the gravity gun. You basically push it down there, and it gives the player a pathway that otherwise you would die. You can't go around that way again, but we've come basically a full loop around back to where we saw earlier we couldn't come this way. And you can see where we started up there. So we saw this box, gravity gun, strong enough to move the box. If I couldn't make that jump, say, I probably could, but in the game the distance wouldn't be long enough to make that jump. So you'd have to, use your surroundings. There was a clear box there. I know in my head I can use the box because of previous experiences. The player will push the box. They can't lift it up because it's too big, but they can push it, and they can push it to basically fill out the gap, and then use it as a platform to walk across and avoid the electricity. And then they can just walk across, and there you go. You've reached your main goal from all the way over there, and that is basically the whole level and what you do, and the main mechanic as well showed off. Thank you for watching.